Mr. Speaker, this is a procedural motion that, in my view, should be rejected. We could spend all day and night arguing provisions that prohibit what's not in the bill. There's nothing in this bill that authorizes a border wall. The focus of the bill is the men and women who serve our nation in the military and the national security of the United States, and that's what I want to take a moment to talk about. I would suggest that all of us think back just to the events of the last 10 days. On July the 4th, North Korea launched what most observers believe is an intercontinental ballistic missile capable of reaching parts of the United States, and we know they already have nuclear weapons. On July 9th, Iraqi Prime Minister Abadi went into Mosul to celebrate the ousting of ISIS with U.S. advisors, U.S. air power, and U.S. intelligence. And also this week, the Chinese Navy conducted drills in the Mediterranean on their way to conduct joint exercises with the Russians in the Baltic. Now, this is just a taste of the world we live in and of the provisions that, and there are provisions in this bill that address every one of these incidents. From more missile defense, to getting more ships in the water faster and cheaper, to supporting our continuing efforts against ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and terrorist groups. But there's another event this week that I hope we all keep in mind. On Monday, July 10th, the KC-130 crashed on its way across the country, resulting in the death of 15 Marines and 1 sailor. We do not know what caused this crash, but the early evidence indicates that there was a catastrophic failure when it was cruising at altitude. It will be fully investigated. But in the meantime, I think we always have to remember that even on routine training missions, even on routine deployments, the men and women who serve are risking their lives for us. And we owe them the best equipment, in the best shape, with the best training that our nation can provide. And that is not unfortunately, that's not what they've been getting. This year, our committee has heard testimony that under the budget caps, the Army is outranged, outgunned, and outdated. More than half the Navy aircraft cannot fly. Get a load of this. More than half the planes in the Air Force qualify for an antique license in the state of Virginia. More than half the planes the Navy has can't fly. And unfortunately, accident rates are going up. Now, sometimes I've heard the argument that, well, we're not going to give them any more money until they can pass an audit or they can do this or that or the other thing. But as everybody rushes out to get on your airplanes, just think about this. What if the board of directors of your airline decided that we're not going to spend any more money repairing planes until there's a bookkeeping problem solved in headquarters? Yet that's exactly what we've been doing to our military. We've not been giving them the planes and other equipment in good repair. Every year for 55 straight years, Congresses and presidents of both parties have gotten into law a National Defense Authorization Act. There's a lot of credit to go around, including the members on both sides of this aisle who have contributed to this product, and I am very grateful for what you've done. But what I'm really grateful for are the men and women who serve and inspire us, the men and women who are counting on us. And Mr. Speaker, I would just say, whatever our differences on other issues, which we'll have time to debate in another time and place, whatever our differences about what's in or not in this bill, we need to put those differences aside and continue to support the men and women who serve and defend us. Let's not let them down. I yield back.